Hello, everyone. This is the December 2025 supposedly Christmas event, but actually well-being event of Tesol Macedonia-Thrace, Northern Greece. With us today is a colleague from Turkey, Sinem Daridere, who is a friend from Eve. You might remember Eve, Equal Voices in ELT, from about 3 years. No, it must be more, 4 years ago. I wasn't on the IATEFL board at the time when we actually tried to get the Eve project as part of Tesol, Macedonia, Thrace, Northern Greece, but there was only one person interested, so it never happened. It never took off. PT, because it's a great learning opportunity and a great way to equalize teachers. Sinem and I met through Eve, and I had the pleasure of attending her session in an Eve conference last summer. And the moment I heard her presentation, I rushed to book it for Tesol because I was afraid it would be snatched. So it's really important that we are here today with Sinem, who is obviously an ELT professional, a teacher. She's based in Izmir, Turkey. And as I was saying to her a minute ago, when we talk about Izmir and Thessaloniki, it's like we're talking about two sisters. She is currently on the committee of the IATEFL IPSEN SIG. She is the social events coordinator. In general, she is passionate about the arts, about inclusivity, and she supports teacher and learner well-being through arts-based and reflective practices. All of them so important for a well-balanced lesson and well-balanced learning. Sinem, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for the wonderful, wonderful introduction. And thank you so much for asking me to share my passion about well-being and art and music and mindfulness. So it's really, really a nice Christmas gift. You are right, that we can really, really give to our very self personalities and our life as teachers. We really, really need it. That is really important. And hello, everyone. I can see your messages in the chat box. I can see some of you. We can, hello, good to see you. This is going to be an interactive workshop as well, so you can definitely join. And really, really thank you so much for being here on a Sunday. And I can say that welcome to our jazzy well-being space. Take a deep breath in and out. Yeah, you are here now. I would like to start with a mini emotional research project. Here's your QR code. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your feelings. Please scan the QR code and answer this simple question. How are you feeling now? You all can scan the QR code and we will go back to our feelings, of course. 1 minute for you, everyone. See. Already see some of your answers. I like this Christmas shish. I like it. That's nice. Yeah. Maybe 30 more seconds. You can still express your feelings. 10 more seconds, maybe. Thank you. Thank you. That's fine. Yeah. Thank you for sharing how you are feeling, because noticing is really the first step. Understanding our emotions, that gives us insight. And our emotions are powerful. They shape how we teach, how we learn, and how we connect with others. Now, let's explore what well-being means, why it matters in our work as teachers, plays such a key role in learning, and why it's at the heart of teaching, creating harmonious classroom and a balanced life. Here comes the dictionary definition. Here it is. It's simply the state of being comfortable, healthy, and happy. Well, when we think about well-being, especially in the classroom, we're not just really thinking about how we feel. It's also about the impacts we have on the others. Research shows that teachers' emotions are highly contagious, and students pick up on them and often mirror what they sense. Our nerve systems are communicating with each other, so they pick up on each other. That means when we're anxious, when you're anxious, when you teach, students feel that too. And if you're caring, if you're motivated, that energy that really, really spreads. And when we as teachers feel happy, healthy, and balanced, it positively spills over into our classroom and, of course, beyond, affecting not only our work, your work, but also our personal relationship. Now, if our emotions are powerful and contagious, it's worth thinking about how we can stay in tune with ourselves. And when we're in tune, we teach in tune. So it will also be easier for us to cope with the daily challenges of teaching. We all have. So let's find our own rhythm, melody, and harmony. Now, this brings me to a little musical analogy. Just like a good jazz song. So a good jazz, well, you may say, why jazz? My husband is a musician and he plays jazz music. So, well, yes, I know a little bit about jazz. So that is my little analogy. A good jazz song needs rhythm, melody, and harmony. So I believe that our well-being needs that rhythm, melody, and harmony as well. So here comes my analogy. But before that, we will listen to a jazz standard, a jazz song included in the well-known jazz standards repertoire list. First of all, of course, listen and enjoy the song. And listening about this question. What really makes this song feel complete, pleasant, and balanced? Here we go. I hope you can hear this. Yes, go.
Oh, lullaby of birdland, that's what I always hear when you sigh. Never in my wordland could a phrase how I feel. Have you ever heard two turtle doves feeling coo when they love? That's the kind of magic music we get from our lips when we kiss. And there's a weepy old willow, he really knows how to cry. That's how I cry in my pillow. If you should tell me farewell and goodbye, lullaby of birdland, whisper low, kiss me sweet, then we'll go flying high in birdland, high in the sky up above, all because we're in love.
All right, so you can definitely use the chat box to answer my question. What makes this song feel complete, pleasant, and balanced? 1 minute for you. Put your answers in the chat box. Or if you want to say it out loud, you can turn on your microphones and share them with us. Maria, maybe you want to start. Oh, it's the melody. Okay. The tune, strong voice of the singer. Okay, yes. Nice. Exactly. Yes. Ooh, nice. Yes. Exactly. Yes. Yes. There is no right or wrong answer. It's really, really all about your feelings. Maria, what about you? What do you think?
For
Rhythm.
me, it's always her voice.
Uh-huh.
And the opening bar makes me want to start moving. Like I need to try not to move. It carries me with it. And I do not know that song. I mean, I first heard it when you played it at the Eve conference.
This is a different song, though. That is
yes. I mean, yeah, I cannot remember which one you played exactly, but I'm not so good with jazz. I like it, but I'm no connoisseur when it comes to that.
That is amazing. That is nice. And thank you everyone for putting your answers in the chat box. Rhythm, lyrics, makes me feel like dreaming. Yes, yes, yes. And the harmony between the sound and her voice, exactly. Rhythm combined with the song, melody, and the voice. Yes, yes, yes. It's the tune. It's the melody. Yes. Thank you so much for your answers. And yes, you are right. It's really that rhythm, melody, and harmony. Did you want to tap your foot while you were listening to the song? I think yes, yes. Did you want to hum or sing? If you don't know the lyrics, probably you just wanted to hum along, not sing along, but maybe hum along. And maybe about the sounds behind the melody, because you were also commenting on that nicely. And how did the song make you feel in the end? You say you wanted to dance, you wanted to dream, you wanted to move. Yes, happy. Thank you, Sophia. Exactly. Now, as we can see, rhythm is, so we have this rhythm, melody, and harmony. So these are the main pillars of a good jazz song. And rhythm is the beat, what makes you move. And melody is the tune, what you sing or hum. And harmony, that is the sounds and what makes the song feel full. Now, from my analogy, focusing on this jazz song and the rhythm, melody, and harmony, and just like this song feels whole and satisfying because of its rhythm, melody, and harmony, our well-being needs balance across emotional, physical, and mental dimensions, focusing on our well-being. So it's basically focusing on our emotional, physical, and mental well-being. We will be able to find our rhythm, melody, harmony, a path to balanced self. Now, let's go back to the scope of well-being a little bit more. It's really wide and deep and may vary depending on the perspective that from which you're exploring it. But there are three main parts of well-being that I'll focus on: physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Physical well-being, it's taking care of your body. Mental well-being, it's all about your brain, keeping your brain calm and happy. And emotional well-being is understanding and sharing your feelings. So it's basically that rhythm, melody, and harmony to our balanced self. Now, my inspiration for this well-being project comes from my deep interest in art, music, and mindfulness, and how these creative practices can bring harmony, awareness, joy, rhythm, melody, and harmony into teaching and learning. I will share some practical activities with you, but let's focus on these elements a little bit. Mindfulness is a practice of bringing awareness to the present moment with an attitude of acceptance and non-judgment. And it's a practical way to stay grounded, manage stress, and create space for emotional balance. And mindfulness, I really like this element of mindfulness as it invites us to pause, breathe, and reconnect with ourselves and our learners, and of course, the joy of teaching. It's calming, self-soothing, and leading to increased sense of well-being. I also incorporate some elements and draw on techniques from art therapy, which I'm currently studying. And art therapy is also supports reflective and creative approaches to teacher well-being. Here are some key words that I want to focus on, because I definitely have some art, mindfulness, and music activities with you. So art is really that visual art. We can play with the colors, we can play with the lines and images. So those images and those lines, so they just like help us express our feelings. And sometimes our feelings, words might not be enough. So art, visual art, those colors, shapes, and lines, they really can help me, and hopefully help us. So it's basically a sensory experience. So as a child, we learn through senses, and we really had that enjoyment in making drawing, sand castles, handprints in clay. But as an adult, sometimes we just like forget things, or we just like in the back of our heads, but we don't really get into it. But art is making it possible for everyone. It doesn't really require you have artistic talents. It's all about soothing yourself. It's all about your grounding. And this art, it won't be the art as fine art, let's say. It's to express the view of your inner world. And our goal is not really to produce a beautiful painting, but it's really just to express ourselves and enjoy that creative process. There is always a tangible product in the end. So there is something special and unique that we create throughout that creative process. It's definitely lively and playful. During art making, we play with the colors, we play with the lines and the shapes. It's definitely lively and playful. It's an hands-on activity. So painting, drawing, it's all about that sensory approach, because we have the vision and the colors and the touch and the movement and the sound. So our sense, it's definitely a multisensory process. And again, that element of tactile aspects of art materials, it is also soothing and relaxing. And let's have a look at some practical tips for our jazzy well-being, including mindfulness, music, and art. Well, to start with, here I have a reflective or self-reflection activity. We don't necessarily need to do it here, but this is a really nice way of understanding your emotional triggers. So it's basically, here there is a list, there is a kind of an example for you that you can try it later on. But what you really need to do, you need to, this is an example, but you need to list your emotional triggers and some possible typical responses that you generally have. Of course, you can have the words here, but of course you can draw here your facial expressions, and including art again, because remember, sometimes words are not really enough. And the part that I really like, and I self-reflect on this a lot, how it looks to the others. So it's your experience, the emotional trigger. So what is your trigger? What is your response? And how it looks to others. These are again some examples, but you can reflect on your emotional triggers and understand your emotional triggers as well. Because remember, awareness is the first step. And if you want, you can play a piece of music, a soothing one, a nice instrumental one, or whichever genre that you like listening to. Dedicate some time for the self-reflection. Again, there is no right or wrong way of doing it. It's only about understanding your emotional triggers. That will help you balance your emotion and understand your emotional triggers. Again, these are some examples. It is really up to you. This will be when you sit and work on this task alone, this reflective task alone, this is going to be good mindful moments for you, because mindfulness is really all about living that very moment. That's why I also really like this comment here. All emotions can be there, but it's really all about that moment, your emotion, the trigger, and your response. But awareness is really the first step. Again, this is also a nice mindfulness activity, rainbow breathing. It's basically imagining a rainbow in front of you, but I always like this show rather than tell approach. So maybe your cameras are off, but you can still try it. There is a really nice video. We can do it all together, and you can see the effect on your body and on your mind. It's a short one, 2 minutes. I hope you can hear this okay. Great.
Rainbow breathing is a simple exercise that can be completed anywhere. When you need to check in with your emotions, take a few moments to calm down, or need to collect your thoughts. Rainbow breathing involves picturing a rainbow and using the colours to guide your breaths. This relax track will guide you through this exercise. To begin, take some deep breaths, inhaling and then exhaling all your breath. Observe the rainbow. Notice the colours: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Notice how the colours arch to form the rainbow. We are going to follow the red arch as we breathe in and follow the orange arch to breathe out. Follow the yellow to breathe in and the green to breathe out. Blue to breathe in and purple to breathe out. As you complete the rainbow, take a few moments to check in with yourself and notice how you are feeling.
You can put how you are feeling now in the chat box. You can even try this with your learners during your lessons, or maybe before you start a busy day or at the end of a busy day. It's also really soothing for your students. You were talking about exams today, so maybe before or after the exams. Yes, it's that empty. Exactly, that is really the aim of this exercise. You can use this video. I like the visual part of this video because you can also control your breath, which is nice. So it's just like gives you that extra visual clues, but you can also do it just only imagining the rainbow. You get the idea of it. So it's just like taking a deep breath and out as you literally trace back down the color. And for each of the color that you just need to repeat the same thing. It's simple, almost no prep is needed. And whenever you need to feel more grounded, you can easily try this. Moving on, this is even easier than the rainbow relaxation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, grounding. It is again simple. You just really need to feel that moment. Again, this is a really nice mindfulness activity. It's really soothing and calming, and you really feel grounded. You just need to focus on 5 things you see, 4 things you hear, 3 things you feel, 2 things you smell, and 1 thing you taste. So basically you focus on the very moment without worrying about the past or the future. I use this grounding exercise a lot during my daily life. Again, whenever I feel worried or tired, it really helps me balanced and grounded. The same with this activity. You can easily use it with your students when you start the day or when you finish the day. there is also, remember, we also need to add the element of our focus on our physical well-being as well. Sometimes we teach online, sometimes we just like sit for long hours, or maybe we stand up again for long hours. This is what is called as desk yoga. So a little bit of stretches with the shoulders and the back and the neck. So you can try, again, there is no correct order, there is no right or way. I mean, you just really need to focus on your body. We sometimes really, really forget our physical well-being. My favorite ones is this one. I really, really like that one. Oh, yes. Maybe you can try with me. Or maybe you can try your favorite ones. This is also a nice one that I like. Oh, twisting. That's nice. And back stretch is always my number one. It's like you're on a hammock, maybe only for 10 seconds, but again, it just relaxes your body. That we really, really sometimes forget. Another version here, mini office stretches. This is also really good for our physical well-being. These are just, sometimes you just can do it when you stand up, little mini tiny movements that help us become more aware of our body, because really sometimes our physical well-being that takes the priority. We stand up all day, we speak, we just like lots of physical load that we have during the day, during the week. So maybe 1-2 minutes during the break. Even maybe sometimes when you're in the classroom, you can do some of them with those mini stretches. Even again, you can try them with your students as well. They also need that. Sometimes we can also have little mini harmony check-ins. You can talk about, again, your feelings. If you really want to keep it short and sweet, one color, one sound, and one hope. It's again, at that very moment, this takes literally 30 seconds, but this will bring your attention to that very moment. Again, it's a really nice, strong mindfulness activity without worrying about the past or the future. You focus on that very moment, and you can be aware of your feelings and emotions. These are all about mindfulness. We can also, again, this is also a nice reflection, because I think creative journals, creative reflections, and our self-reflections is really, really important. Here, again, you can, you can focus on the most important areas of your well-being and score them. And then you can think about the steps that you can take to improve or protect this aspect of your well-being. This is also important. Sometimes we need to set boundaries and we need to protect some aspects of our well-being. Again, these are some examples. You can include some other ideas there. But again, you can, this is a really nice self-reflection. You can think about your aspects of well-being. And remember, you can also just like reflect on them. And this is really, really important. Steps that you can take to improve or protect. So it's also good awareness about the well-being aspects that you've already had. This is again a simple activity. Because again, I teach online, I work online a lot, and sometimes I just don't notice, don't even realize the time I sit and no movements at all. So this is a mini nice walk and reset activity, a little bit of an action orientation. So you can just like walk around, have a look at the room that you're in, being aware of the items there. And now the next step is focusing on some art and music activities. So I will play a piece of music. Please walk around, everyone, and just try to find a piece of paper and some pens or pencils. I will play a piece of music. When the music is over, walk around and come back in. Was walking, moving around, some physical stuff there. Well, walking, short time, but still a little bit of action. Some of you, do you have some colorful or maybe some pens, pencils? Doesn't necessarily need to be colorful. Oh, your pencil case. Yes, this is our toolkit, right? We're teachers and we all have our pencil cases. Okay, and I have some activities for you. So if you have some pens, pencils, and a piece of paper, that'll be great. All right, moving on here. The first activity that I'd like you to try is experimenting with colors and lines. So it's literally playing with the colors and the shapes freely. So just allow the lines and the colors to take shape. Please don't analyze what you have created because you don't really need to find meaning. Remember, you just really need to enjoy the moments, draw the color, draw or color how you feel, and work spontaneously. Just try to just like draw and get those shapes overlap. It's really all about your feelings. Some examples that I've had throughout the time. So this is using one color and experimenting with the colors and lines. This is also another one. So you just really need to use the lines and some shapes and then basically color them. And now I will play a piece of music. Again, please, you can just like use several pencils or only one. Just try to make lines straight, wavy. It's really up to you. You can, if you want, you can change the pressure of your strokes. You can use the pencil to shade in the area. So please don't worry about what your drawing looks like. Just doodle and play with the lines and the colors. And please enjoy. Here comes your music. Happy coloring and playing with the lines. When the music is over, our time is up for this activity. You can look at your lines and your shapes you made. Some questions for you. Which ones do you like or dislike? And do you want to write a few words? 1 minute for you. want to share your ideas, you can definitely use the chat box, or you can turn on your microphone. And if you want to share your drawings, you can turn on your cameras. I have just done. So this is what I have done just now, and I really feel grateful. Thank you again, Maria, for sharing my well-being tips with you here with these wonderful teachers. And my favorite line and shape is this one. Oops, this one, because it's in the shape of a balloon that I like. All right. So moving on. This is all about playing with the colors and lines, but you can also play with the shapes. Again, you can play a piece of music, and this time you can use some shapes and still color them. That is really suiting. And when you, and this is one of the drawings that I had before, and when I have a look at it, yes, I can see that I felt good that day. It's again, sometimes you just really, you may not be able to express your feelings orally or verbally. This is what is also called neurographic art. It really, really helps express our feelings. This one again, another example, playing with the shapes. So here I have a silly character that I may maybe use it to write a story maybe one day, because yeah, it's obviously a character. And you can also do mindful coloring. You can only choose a color, only one color, because again, with this drawing and coloring, playing with the shapes and the lines, this is a mindful activity because it's really only all about that moment, here and now. You don't really need to worry about the present and the past, the past and the future. So you are there focusing on your feelings and inner thoughts. It's really, really nice resting, letting your mind rest in that very moment. And if you sometimes think that, oh, I don't really know what to draw or which shapes do I really need to create or something, then here is what we call unalome. And unalome itself represents the flow of life, our memories and challenges, our growth and awareness. So you can just simply draw this and color it. And then you can write your feelings about that moment of your life. This is again one of my unalome. So it's about what unalome means and my feelings at that very moment. It really helps us feel grounded. You can also always draw a song, or you can also have a little bit of a mindful listening, and you can listen to the sounds of the nature. Again, I want to share some examples with you. So this is one of my favorite songs.
Biliyorum senin de vardır elbet hayal.
And I just listen to the song and play with the colors. Here I have some words. These are all about the lyrics, good moments. And when I have a look at this drawing, I remember the song, and I feel, even when I have a look at this drawing, probably I did it a year ago, I still feel my emotions and I still feel how grounded that song and drawing made me that day. Again, this is an example of drawing a song. There is really no right or wrong way of doing it. Remember, you just really need to enjoy the moment. Because again, this is good for our mental and emotional well-being. It's really good mindful listening. Again, another song, I really, really like this song. This is probably one of those challenging moments that I had in life. So Don't Give Up is the name of the song. And I played the song and tried not to give up. And it helped me really.
No fight left, or so it seems. I am a man whose dreams have all deserted. I've changed my face, I've changed my name.
So we all have our ups and downs. And I, again, just like chose some phrases from the song that gave me strength that very. You can always listen to the nature. That's also a really nice mindful listening and drawing activity. So here is mine. Our neighbor's dog. And one day I was like, I really need to draw this sound. So here is the dog and my drawing. Again, it's only lines. Because I was really literally angry at that moment, furious. I was trying to work at, the dog was barking, and this tiny piece of art helped me calm down. Sometimes, again, if you're worried about the things that you need to draw, then draw a song, but only use shapes. Only use a circle, triangle, and then the straight line and dots. That's it. You can simply use these images and draw the song. I'm telling you, there is really no right or wrong way of doing it. It's really just to help your mental and emotional well-being. You can also have one letter or word mandalas. So you can use one color to represent your emotion or your thought. Again, this is an example. This is an S. I can't really remember my emotion. I need to put it here. But yes, this is what we call one letter mandalas or one letter drawing. Again, you can try it. It's easy. Love prep. You don't necessarily need to use colors, but I love playing with the colors. So that is really up to you. Or again, you can have creative. Thank you, Alexandra. Merry Christmas. You can also have creative journals, visual journaling as well. And art therapist, Lucia, it's really difficult for me to pronounce her surname, but she has promoted the use of creative journals for being. We talked about two examples, my version of well-being and your emotional triggers. So you can also use those two activities for your visual journaling. Or you can simply write down something funny, inspiring, or interesting from the day, and you can give that image a title. It doesn't necessarily need to be like drawing. It can be, again, lines, or it can be doodling. It's really up to you. And again, this can be a nice way of expressing your emotions, focusing on that moment. And this is, again, really a nice activity to balance your emotional and mental well-being. This is one of the journals, like visual journals that I had. I still remember this day when I have a look at this drawing. I went swimming that day. I felt good. I could see the sun. It was a sunny day that day. And yeah, so some keywords for me to remember. And come on, Sinem, be good. Come on, come on, come on. So it's just like, again, just like a kind of self-motivation. But I still remember that day and my emotions. And again, this visual journaling helped me become aware of my feelings, become aware of the moment, and it's really soothing and fun. And this helps me find my, again, mental and emotional well-being. You can also have this challenge. So you can see it on Instagram. You can play it with your colleagues, even with your students, simple doodling prompts. So let's say maybe starting from January, I really want to start one. Maybe we can, when I start it, Maria, I can share it with you. I will have a WhatsApp group so we can just like all have a doodling month all together as teachers. It's really, really simple doodle a day prompts. So it can turn into our visual journal. It's so much fun and we can all share it. I attended once, I think that was last year, again, 30-day, a day doodle prompts, and something interesting came out of it. This is really like, life is full of surprises. I was trying to balance my emotional, physical, and mental well-being, and I attended to one of those doodle a day activities. And this was last December, and day 6 was all about this. The prompt, it's in Turkish, but the prompt was, think about the last month, sorry for the typo, draw a moment that made you feel at home. So this was the prompt. And this is what I came up with. Again, this is the lemon tree from our garden. I love drinking coffee. And yes, when I see my lemon tree, I feel home. And while I was working on this, my husband saw this and he got some inspiration out of it, really, really interesting. And he composed a song. And the name of the song is Feels Like Home. And believe it or not, this tiny drawing became the cover of this single. So life is full of surprises. So yeah, in the end, my day, feeling at home, and some music out of my feelings. So yeah, life is full of surprises. Exactly. So look at my lemon tree on Spotify. And then again, going back to our physical health, physical well-being, again, we talked a lot about mental, physical, emotional well-being activities. So we can always stretch, because sometimes we really forget this. We can breathe, roll our shoulders, mini, tiny physical well-being moments we can have. And of course, sleeping is important when we talk about our physical well-being. And of course, food. Sometimes we run a lot, work a lot, long teaching hours, we just forget to eat. So no, the thing is, one cannot think well, love well, sleep well, teach well, if one hasn't dined well. So please, 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 don't forget to sleep, don't forget to eat, and always, always remember that mind, activity, body. So it's that embodied mind. That's why rhythm, melody, and harmony, physical, mental, and emotional well-being, these are all united as one. Or simply, you can also say and have a little bit of a dance party, even in the teacher's room with your colleagues.
Noticing the days hurrying by when you're in love, my how they fly.
You won't be the same after listening to a song and having a little bit of a dance. You can go back to your classrooms with a little bit of more energy. And remember, this spreads. Students understand this. This is contagious. So when you feel balance, students will feel that too. Before we finish, you can now scan this QR code and focus on your feelings one more time. How are you feeling now? You can scan the QR code and talk a little bit about your feelings now. So that is really the change. Mood before the workshop, yeah, a little bit overwhelmed, stressed, but now I can see that you feel calmer, more relaxed, and more energetic. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your feelings and sharing your emotions. Now, my inspiration comes from the firefly, a small light that appears when the world gets dark. I really hope that by bringing these practices into your life, into your life really, you'll find your own sparks, and those tiny firefly lights will begin to glow in your lessons with your students. And thank you so much for being here. It means a lot to share this work with you. I hope something in this presentation opened a small window, sparked a thought, or simply offered a moment of reflection. And these are my references, and thank you so much.
It is us who should thank you. It's a beautiful workshop that always fills my heart with joy. And you're right about the change in the mood. Thank you so much. Our Christmas events are usually filled with Santa Claus and crafts. But I believe that we need this mindfulness, creative, artistic touch that we can take with us all year round, not just at Christmas. And if we want, we can adopt it for Christmas.
Exactly, definitely, always.
So thank you very much, everyone. I have already fixed the mistake that I made the other day when I emailed you. I accidentally put the 24th of January, which is a Saturday. It's going to be the Fiona Dunlop workshop is going to be on the 25th of January. It's an amazing workshop. Please spread the word. If you have your own school, small teaching business, online teaching business, Fiona is the #1 ELT management specialist, not just in our IATEFL family, but in Europe. I believe she is knowledgeable and her knowledge is practical. She actually runs a school, one of the best in Britain, if not in Europe. So we're going to meet after the Christmas break. And because it's our Vasilopita event, we're going to have the spin the wheel. We're going to take Effie out of the lucky draw. I'm just kidding, Effie. I'm just pulling pulling your leg. Fenya is not here. I saw her this morning.
Is not there, yeah.
She's going to be out of the lucky draw as well. No, still joking. And we're going to enjoy. Fenya and Effie are our two people who win the lucky draws. There's no way you can run against them.
I hope I won't be a winner next time.
You never know that. Let's not play with luck.
Leave space for someone else.
Hey, I'm just kidding, dearest.
Yeah,
it's just a spin
like
the
it.
wheel. It's not, it's just happened. So we're going to have a nice methodology title. I cannot make promises. I need to see what we're going to find. And we're going to enjoy Fiona's workshop after the Christmas break. Until then, take the beautiful sense of this mindfulness that surrounds us. Follow the rainbow and practice your rainbow breathing. And thank you, Sinem, for joining us.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays with
Thank
health,
you.
love, and beautiful light on you and your families. Bye-bye, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you, Miss.